Hey everyone, I'm Kevin. Welcome back to KDX Bricks Analytics, where we talk everything Lego investing and reselling. And in this video, we're going to talk the first wave of not top sets data for 2025. There are about 80 sets on this table. While I'm watching all the other YouTube videos about Lego investing, every time the presenter says they are skipping a set, then of course that is an enthusiasm score of 0, and I record it as a mention on this not top sets table. So let's go through them. At the end, I will give you the 3 that I agree with the most, and I'll give you the 3 that I disagree that I actually think could be pretty good investments. But do remember, I give 0 investing advice on this channel. This is purely for entertainment purposes only. So let's get into the first set. It is a microfighter, Captain Rex Y-Wing. 4 mentions against. Came out June of 24, not expected to retire at the end of this year. Hence no R in parentheses in front of the set number and name. I totally agree this is a bad investment set. The build is uninspiring and the minifigure is good, but there's a lot of controversy around it. And of course, now that it's in this cheap microfighter set, it is going to be available in huge quantities. This minifigure is obviously not going to be scarce at all. Plus on Amazon, it's already 38% off at $8. Again, not retiring this year, so not selling that well. On Target, it is also $8, but notice that the regular price is $9.99 when the original regular price was $12.99. I think it's safe to assume that these sale prices are showing that Lego is not moving nearly as many units as they were hoping to. Now I realize on Amazon, 7,000 bought in the last month. That's not stellar for a microfighter, but also that's when it's been on sale. Looking at other microfighters, when this sub-theme originally came out, they were great investments and great deals. They have cooled off recently on the secondary market. The previous one to retire at the end of 2024 was this Boba Fett Starship. This is a great microfighter. Awesome minifigure. I know not the most accurate, but still great design and production. And then the build itself is awesome, mostly because the minifigure can fit inside. Boba Fett's retailed for $10, and here on eBay, 2 of them sold for $7 with another $7 of shipping on top. Here's $4.99 with $6.25 in shipping, $9.50 with no shipping. Here's one with 4 bids for $2.25 with $6 of shipping. So not doing great so far, but at least it's really early in its secondary life. And Brickheads is saying I own 32 of these. It'll be fun to figure out what the heck I'm going to do with them. Hopefully in a couple years they're okay, but I don't think they're going to be great. Then if we keep scrolling down, Razor Crest retired in 22, hasn't grown in value. This 2-pack hasn't grown in value. Same thing with the Millennium Falcon and the Y-Wing microfighter. We have to go all the way back to 2020 Kylo Ren shuttle microfighter to see one jump in good value from $10 to over $30. Definite pass for me unless it was down to like $4, which is unlikely to happen. I really don't like this set. I don't dislike it as much as last year's N1 microfighter. This is a horrendous set for $16. You guys heard me document that towards the end of last year a couple of times. Quick reminder, I will be at the Retroramas Collectibles Toy Show this Sunday, February 23rd in Jacksonville, Florida. Here's the address at the Ramada Conference Center. It is confirmed I will be there from 9 a.m. till about 10:30. So if you're in the area, definitely come on out and say hello. I want to come by here for an hour and a half and then get over and see my kids' volleyball tournament the same day. Second on the list with 3 mentions against is Over the Moon with Pharrell Williams, set 10391. It is an icon set for $110. It makes me happy, but I think this set is too little, too late. Had it been 10 years ago, that would have been really cool. Next up is the Ideas Insect Collection, also 3 mentions against. $80 for 1111 pieces. Make a wish there. 4.6 rating on Brick set is outstanding. Just over a 2-year shelf life for an idea set isn't bad. So I actually think there's some opportunity here. I do go back and forth because the builds are a little big for me, but I have heard some people mention and comment that it goes really well with botanical sets, and I can see that, you know, some more nature going together. Here's a few of the botanical sets, not all of them. Fourth on the table is the Target exclusive Family Tree. Yeah, easy pass in my opinion. Good concept, but I actually don't like the execution. I think the platform is really ugly. I don't like the black in the platform, and I don't like how uniform it is. That takes it away from me. I don't love the red leaves. They're so dark. I would have liked a little bit more yellow and orange in there, maybe even a little bit of green, but I'm pretty good with the tree. It's just the platform that doesn't work for me. And of course, the concept is great and fun, but a little gimmicky, so I don't see it doing great on the secondary market, even though I'm glad that Lego produced the set. Again, I just wish the execution was a little bit better, and I could see us wanting to have one, but not how it looks in this form. Fifth is the Bark Speeder Escape, $30 for 221 pieces and 4 minifigures, but one of those is tiny little Grogu. It feels a little bit like a battle pack and microfighter mashup. I've already talked about recent microfighters, and you guys know I'm not that excited about battle packs in general much these days. If this set is going to have any potential, it's going to need the minifigures to drive the value. Here they are, 2 of the 501st Clone Troopers, not exclusive to this set, valued at $4. Obviously, Grogu isn't going to be valued at much, been in a lot of sets. And then the one that is exclusive to this set is the Keller and Beck, only $8. Add all this up, you're less than $20 of value in minifigures. And again, the set retails at $30. A little $20 Harry Potter set, Hedwig at 4 Privet Drive. The Hedwig is adorable, but his build in 2 other sets is much better. This just looks a little small and flimsy, so I just don't see where the inspiration would be to have much demand on the secondary market. Here's one of those 2 other Hedwig builds, and then the third one is in that larger Harry Potter icon set that I'm actually starting to like a little bit more. But this one I want to show because it finally sold out. All the zombie stock that hung around at Barnes & Noble for a long time is finally gone. It retired at the end of 23 and it went well into 24. Retailed for $40, Brick set is showing 44. On eBay, here's one for 63 plus another 14 from Germany. 47 shipped, 52 shipped. Here's one that's 58 shipped. Not great numbers yet, but definitely moving in the right direction, especially with all of that zombie stock. And I still think this one is going to be a great investment. I hate to say this, but I chickened out. That zombie stock hung around so long that I ended up just passing, and I really should have grabbed some. Yeah, longer hold time if you bought it right before it retired or even early in the zombie stock phase, but I knew it and I just couldn't pull myself together to make it happen because, you know, there was a lot of unknowns about why it's hanging around so long and how long it will hang around. In hindsight, it seems so obvious, and that's where my head was, and I still found a way to convince myself to pass on it. So I'm missing out on this one. A Speed Champion set, the Lamborghini Lambo Gran Turismo Vision at the new $27 price point. I really like this set. There are some folks that do not like this set for investing because it's a concept car. Here's a Lego Reddit with mostly negativity towards it. There's some comments saying, hey, look, Lego is all about fantasy, so why can't we have this car? Actually, here's the comment. If Lego isn't a good place for fantasy, where is? And somebody said, very good point. So I agree with that. Plus the build is just awesome. What a cool car. I think it's a real standout in the Speed Champions lineup. Nice to get something a little different, a little unique. Some nice accent colors here, and then the overall color is pretty sweet. And when we compare it to the digital concept car, an awesome Lego build. Nicely done overall. And then I was doing a little research, and it sounds like actually 1 or 2 of these did get built. Doesn't mean the physical product is ever going to come to market, most likely not, but I still think it's okay to have a cool Speed Champions car that is designed after a digital concept. As always, Speed Champions I pick up when they're $12 to $14. I do think that these $27 sets will get there occasionally. And like I said, this Lambo fits in well with the lineup. Scrolling down, there's lots of good stuff here. I am excited about most of these recent sets. The ones that just retired, I picked up a few of them each at $14, and then I've been selling some recently. I just sold one of these McLaren 2-packs for $45 when I picked them up last year for $22. I've sold a couple of the James Bond DB5s for $20 and $25 when I picked them up for $10. And then, of course, the Fast and Furious Charger. Picked up about 10 of these at $14, and I think I've sold 5 of them already for $35 each. The first set with 2 mentions against is the Walt Disney Tribute Camera. I totally disagree. This one is a dark horse to me. I like the build a lot. I would want to display it. I know that it is the 100-year anniversary, so I think this 100 is turning a few people off. I know it's a little kitschy to some folks, but I actually like it. I think it's embedded pretty well to the build. You know, a nice nod to the 100-year commemorative, but not just in your face. And then, of course, the minifigures are really good. But big thing for me is I don't see a set like this ever being built again. If it is, it will be a long time. So no risk of this set being harmed by a near future set coming out that we don't know of yet. Venom Mech versus Miles Morales. I'm a little bit tired of the Venomized stuff, but with mechs, if I find them 50% off on the shelves in Target or Walmart, I'll grab them and they'll do okay. Otherwise, they're a pass. Hogwarts Castle Boathouse, also with 2 mentions against. Very expensive at $38, but I'm finding that these last couple years with Harry Potter demand down a little bit, a lot of these sets are able to be found at 50% off right before they retire. And at that price, they're doing well for me already. But I do think that game within the game will be short-lived because this year we have the Harry Potter show coming out, and that definitely will change the demand model around these sets. Not sure how it will change it, but things will change. So the investment strategy on Harry Potter sets will have to evolve with that. Second Speed Champion set in this video is this BMW 2-pack, $45. At $14 a car, that would be $28. So yeah, I want to be in the $25 to $30 range. Otherwise, I'll be passing. Creator 3-in-1 retro camera. When the official images were originally released, My gut reaction was very positive. $20 seems like a lot going on for $20. But then when I saw the review, I saw that these transparent images here are stickers. I don't think that's going to kill it completely, but it is a big disappointment. If those were prints, then I think this would have been a great pickup at the inevitable 20% off. Now I'm unsure, and I will say that this year's Creator 3-in-1 graduating class is not as good as last year's. Let's find a couple of the highlights from last year that I thought were great. Well, of course, the exotic pink parrot that had just over a year's shelf life. This was on sale in large available quantities for $12, already $25 on Brickset. White Rabbit was a pretty good set, but will take some time to grow. The Walmart exclusive Birdhouse was very excited about this one because I grabbed 5 at about 50% off. And then, of course, the Medieval Castle $100 set. We were able to get it for around $60 or $70, showing just about $100 on Brickset. But remember, news came out a couple of months ago that there's going to be another 3-in-1 castle really soon. So I'm going to make sure that I unload the 3 or 4 of these that I have pretty soon here. And I should be able to make about a $30 profit on each, which works out to about a 90% return on investment. Technic, Planet Earth, and Moon in Orbit, also 2 mentions against. I don't know about this set. It seems like a great concept. It is NASA themed. Obviously, all of the visible mechanical components is one of the main things we love about Technic, but I worry that it's too bulky. It is a 4.4 on Brickset, and on Amazon, it's selling $2,000 per month at its full retail price. My gut is that I'll be passing, but when we do get to a retirement year, I will watch it closely. The Mandalorian helmet, not retiring at the end of this year. It's going to be out forever, most likely a pass. Obviously, I'm not watching it all this year. $70, so when it is time to watch it, I would need to be around $30. Home One Star Cruiser, one of the latest installments in the MIDI scale Starship collection, $70 for 559 pieces, and many of these pieces are very small. I like this set. I want it for personal collection, but this is a huge discount set in order to invest in it. Last set with 2 mentions against is Dancing Groot. Easy pass for me. I am very tired of the Groot sets, and the demand on them seems to be very low. All right, now a bunch of sets with only 1 mention against investing. Most of them are retiring at the end of this year, and then there's 10 or so at the end that are not expected to retire at the end of this year. I'm not going to highlight those, so we'll just go through the ones that are expected to retire at the end of this year. Do keep in mind it's early, so that retirement list will change throughout the year. And also keep in mind, only 1 mention against is a very small sample size, so some of these could be good investments, like this boutique hotel, in my opinion. I highlighted this one a lot in my last video. I do like it a lot. I think there's real potential for this one to follow most of the previous modular buildings, even the recent ones that are still growing in value on the secondary market. This Icons Vehicles Vespa, yes, easy pass for me. If we look at other Icons vehicles, we can see most of them do not grow in value, even though I do think some of them will after a very long hold time. But like the pickup truck that retired at the end of 23, 130 to 126, T2 camper van that retired at the end of 22, 180 to 154. The Fiat 500 is flat. The Harley Davidson Fat Boy is up $20, it looks like. So yeah, most of these are not great. You have to go down to this James Bond set that retired at the end of 21 to get one with pretty good growth, 150 to about 190. But this one was special because of all of the action features. Pac-Man Arcade, definitely an unknown for me, so I will be watching it closely because I think there's a lot of good here. And for $270, a 4.4 on Brickset is not bad. Let's look at the recent comps. The Nintendo Entertainment System retailed for $270. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Maybe it'll grow in time, but on eBay so far, it is selling below retail even when you add shipping in. And then the other comp that was not a popular set at all for investing, even though everybody did acknowledge a really cool build and it looks great. This one retailed for $240. It was 40% off a lot, whereas the NES was not on sale that much. And so at 40% off, now when we look on eBay here, $200 shipped, another $200 shipped. This one is over $200 shipped. We're actually getting close. So interestingly enough, between the two so far, the Atari was the better investment over the Nintendo Entertainment System. Obviously, neither of those comparables look great for this Pac-Man set, but it is really unique. I don't think we'll get another one like it for a very long time. I think it is better than those other 2 that we looked at. Has an action feature that makes it look like you can play it. So yes, I will be watching it, and I'm sure I'll be reporting on it more in future videos. We have a few Spidey and his amazing friends sets. This one is Spider-Man's car and Doc Ock. The next one is Team Spidey Web Spinner Headquarters. Looks like a fun set for kids. And then the last one is Team Spidey Dino Crawler Rescue. I like the playability of the concept, but I don't think any of those 3 are going to be good investments. I did like the Spider-Man Web Quarters Hangout that retired at the end of 23. $50 retail to 53 on Brickset, but on eBay, not doing that well. So far, the performance is not great. I think we have to look at the data and see that the comparables for these Spidey and his amazing friends sets is not great so far. 2 Architecture Skyline sets. The first one is New York City. I love it. It's been out since 2016. The demand is huge. That's why Lego's keeping it out for almost 10 years. And then also the Paris set that I love, it's been out since 2019, so also huge demand. I think both of them have real potential, a little longer hold time because they've been out so long, but it's not like the demand for things Paris and New York City is going away anytime soon. The Walmart exclusive Creator 3-in-1 hamster wheel. Yep, another example of a Creator 3-in-1 set that is not great this year. Again, last year's graduating class was so much better. Same story with the sea animals. And I've heard some folks say that maybe there is some opportunity with this one. I'm not buying it. I know it reminds us of the fish tank, but remember, the fish tank was a model of something that you would actually have in your home. Great concept and very pleasing build. It's framed off by the tank. It's a great display piece. Whereas the sea animals is not framed like that. You know, you don't have sea animals sitting in your house. And so it's not a replica of something unless you go scuba diving. And so I'm hesitant and cautious, even though it is very pretty and the build is nice. As you guys know, I like a lot of the Brickheads, but here's a few that I think are relatively boring and probably passes. Captain America and Red Hulk. Yeah, the builds are okay, but uninspiring for me. Plotted Groot, talked about it before. Don't like anything Groot right now for investing. Wednesday and Enid. I've heard some folks who watch the show say that they're really excited about this. I just don't know if there's enough people out there that are watching the show and that are even remembering the original Addams Family. Only 904 members on Brickset own this set, so I just don't see that the demand is going to be there on it. And then Red Panda May. Yeah, it's pretty adorable, but I don't know how memorable the movie is that this set is associated with. Travel Moments, inspired by the Lego Masters design. I think it's a pass, but the world map and the globe, but I just don't think this one is like those two. I do like that Lego built this, though. I could see enjoying one of these in my own family, but unlikely a good investment piece. The Technic Neo McLaren Extreme E-Team, $27 feels like an expensive monster truck set, but some of those monster trucks, when got on discount, have done pretty well. And some of these Technic sets that are pretty cheap have done pretty well because they always go on huge discount. Like I bought 5 of these Jeeps for $25. I've sold them all recently for $55. I bought 5 of these McLaren Sennas for $25. I sold one recently for $45. I'll wait on the others when it gets to $50 or $55. So in both cases, about 100% return on investment and just over a year hold time. The latest Disney Castle, probably a pass other than the fact that it is only a 2.5 year shelf life, whereas the previous Disney Castle was 2016 to 2022. That's too much mathing for me to figure out how many years that is, but this one retailed for $350 and it's going for about $350. So the best comparable is not doing well so far, but I think the shorter shelf life makes it one to watch a little bit, but it's most likely a pass for me. Elsa's Frozen Castle is a pass for me. Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs Cottage. A lot of excitement when it was announced. I don't love the build. Again, I talked about this. The roof just looks like cheddar cheese. It's been sitting out in the sun. $220 does seem too much for me. I think this is more like a $180 set. And I feel like there just isn't a lot of buzz around it. So there might not be a lot of demand for it. The only thing I'm curious about is, did it actually come out in March of 24? Because that's less than a 2-year shelf life. That seems very short for a large, expensive set that clearly Lego put a lot of time into designing, but still most likely a pass for me. The small $20 Simba set, I really like it. It's adorable. I like the larger one too. One of my favorite movies, so I'm sure that I'm biased, but it seems like it'd be easy to pick a bunch of these up at $15 and sell them for $30. I would pay $30 for this set. The City Scrapyard, yep, easy pass. Most City sets are passes. The Super Mario Piranha Plant, I finally saw this one built in person. It was in somebody's office at work. I love it. I think this is another one that's a little bit of a sleeper on decent discount. I think there's some potential here. UCS Razor Crest, hey, it's the first UCS Razor Crest. Most first UCS Star Wars ships do pretty well, but this ship blew up. It's now dust. There's rumors it's coming back. I don't know. I don't want to get into a $600 set most likely, so I'll probably be passing. The Onyx Cinder, I don't know anything about this set other than the fact that Brickset says that all 5 of the minifigures are exclusive, and when we look at them, $9 minifigure for Fern. I'm assuming that's pronounced Jod, but maybe it's Jode, but this is over $11. KB is almost $10. Neil is $26, and Wim is $9. That works out to about $65 in minifigures, and the set is $140. For Star Wars lately, that actually doesn't seem like one of their more crazy prices. Yes, it's probably more like a $110 set, but $65 in minifigures isn't bad. So I'll definitely watch it throughout the year, and there hasn't been a lot of buzz around it, so it could be flying under the radar. Tantive 4 midi scale. Generally, I like the midi scale sets on discount, so I will be watching it. Mos Espa Padres Diorama. I won't waste your time talking about dioramas in this video. This one is a pass. I hate to say it. 4 Plus Crimson Firehawk, $50 for 136 pieces. Normally, the 4 Plus Star Wars sets are easy passes, but this one has some pretty good minifigures. Nash Durango is $9. Nubs is $15. And then the tiny little droid is $6. So that works out to $20 or $25 in minifigures. These 4+ sets inevitably go on huge discount. And so if we found this set for $20 or $25, maybe there's a little something there. Ahsoka Tano's Duel on Peridia, we've talked about a little bit recently. I just want to show the 5 unique minifigures in this video because some of them are valued okay. Ahsoka Tano at $8.27, Ezra at over $7, Grand Admiral Thrawn at over $16, Morgan Elsbeth at only $6. I would have thought Morgan Elsbeth with that face print would have been valued a little bit more. And then a Night Trooper at over $12. That's about $50 in minifigures right now on a $54 set that inevitably will be on pretty good discount because with the 3.9 rating on Brick set, the demand is low because everybody's general opinion is that it is way overpriced. I do want this set for personal collection because it's the best scene in Ahsoka season 1 of a series that so far hasn't been that great. Target exclusive creative play droid builder, easy pass for me. I know that the Princess Leia, young Princess Leia minifigure is about $50. I'm not investing in a $100 set for one minifigure. TIE Fighter and X-Wing mashup, yep, it's a pass, but it's an awesome play set. Look at some of these pictures as to how you can mash these up. If I were a kid, I would have loved this set growing up. Minions and Banana Car, and also Minions Music Party Bus. I pass on all the Minion sets. The $450 Diagon Alley, basically 4 front halves of modular buildings and then the dollhouse open style in the back. Seems overpriced at $450, but 4.5 on Brick set. Over 11,000 people on Brick set own it, partly because it's been out since 2020. Initial reaction is that there's a lot of good here, but then when you look at the demand and the shelf life and the actual builds, I think it does not check enough boxes to invest in. Spider-Man Final Battle, and then also the Spider-Man versus Sandman that connects with Final Battle. Both of them have one mention against. Yeah, most likely passes for me. The larger set is actually a kind of cool build. I do like the scaffolding around Statue of Liberty. The scene is pretty dynamic actually, but I think it's all about the minifigures in this set. When we scroll down, most of these minifigures are valued less than $7. Here's the Friendly Spider-Man for $10, but you know, some of these are around $2, and then the Amazing Spider-Man for $11. Average value for the minifigures in the larger set isn't great, and then when we go to the smaller Sandman set, same story, less than $5, and then Lizard at $10. So I just don't think there's enough meat on either of these sets to drive them to much value in the secondary market. I don't see what would grow in, you know, a year or two. And then the Avengers versus the Leviathan. I don't know anything about this set, but it does have a big fig in it. The Avengers Helicarrier, a midi-scale set in the Marvel lineup, $80, 509 pieces. Feel like unless I find it for $35, I'm passing. Dobby the House Elf, the brick-built character. I know the brick-built Harry Potter and Hermione did not do well a few years ago, but this one is getting some pretty positive buzz. It's not talked about a lot, but I hear, you know, friends and, you know, there's casual discussions where people are saying that they really like this set. I think big reason is the face is not bad. This really does look like Dobby, so there might be some opportunity here, especially if we're able to pick it up for $15 or $20. The latest Hagrid's Hut, I'm passing. We've had too many of these. The Hogwarts Owlery, also passing. Again, with either of those sets, if they go 50% off right at the end, I would pick them up. Baby Dinosaur Rescue Center, it's adorable, but I don't know how much demand there is for the baby dinos. They're nice, but I don't see a lot of demand for them. Shadows Escape, I don't invest in any of the action play sets. And then 6 sets that are retiring this July, and I'm passing on all of them. Maleficent's Dragon, it's kind of cool dragon, but it's a pass for me. The Disney Princess Market Adventure, Izzy's Dream Animals. So far, Dream still has not gotten good traction. We'll see if they come up with a good season before too long. Kai's Source Dragon Battle, just too small, and the dragon isn't special. It's a 4+ set. Rocket's Warbird versus Ronin. I think this is this year's Hoopty. Very ugly set and overpriced. The Green Goblin construction figure. And then the last one to show pictures of is this Speed Champions F1 because we just got a whole fleet of F1s this year. And then I'll just scroll quickly through the sets that are not expected to retire at the end of this year, but have one mention against. You can take a quick peek at those if you are interested. And that looks like that's the end of the list right there. All right, to wrap up, the 3 that I agree with most that I will definitely be skipping for investment. The third one is this Hedwig at 4 Privet Drive, just too small and flimsy. The second one is the Captain Rex Y-Wing Microfighter. These last couple of Microfighters have really irritated me with how junky they are and how they messed up this minifigure on this one for everybody. And then of course the obvious choice, the way overpriced Bark Speeder Escape with only one exclusive minifigure. And then the 3 that I actually think could be decent investments, and because I couldn't decide between the Insect Collection and Simba the Lion King Cub for my 3rd place set, I actually have 4 in this video, so these 2 are tying for 3rd place. I'm not saying they're going to be great investments, but I think they are ones to watch. Face on this Simba is so good for a $20 set. It is adorable. I really want one of these for myself. I might just go grab one and build it. My second place set, of course, the Walt Disney Tribute camera. A lot of potential here. Of course, I've been talking about a lot in my videos, so don't all you go tell everybody. Let's keep this one a secret. No, I'm kidding. And then my number one from this video, New York skyline. Also could have been the Paris skyline. I think in a recent video I picked Paris, so this time I picked New York. Plus this one has been out longer, and so it means the demand is a little higher on this one, maybe. All right, thanks a lot for watching. I hope I get to meet and see some of y'all at this toy show this Sunday in Jacksonville, Florida. That's a wrap, and I will see you in the next one. Oh, and don't forget, my videos are for entertainment purposes only. I do not provide financial advice. You got to get that from somebody else.